Hola familia, this week we are gonna... I saw a video from Untitled that reminds me, I had a few Norfolk Island Pine drying outside, and I'm gonna give a try. It's not the first one, but I'm gonna give a try, and the result of it is this Norfolk Island Pine Vessel, or hollow form, or however you want to call it. This is a little bit of a challenge for me, because this is a wood that I didn't even see previously. So until I arrived here, I didn't even see it. I saw it just in some videos and stuff, and it has its own characteristics. It's a little bit punky. It's not. This is not absolutely dry. This is why it didn't shine much, because it has some moisture still. But there are several different ways to finish it. In this case, I didn't make the walls that thin. If you are able to achieve a thin wall all the way around and the same thickness, you can use boiled linseed oil cut in half with mineral spirits, and after a process that can be from 3-4 days to even month, you will achieve a piece that is translucent, a wonderful translucent finish. But as I said, you have to be able to have a uniform thickness, because if not, you are going to see all the defects inside. So at this point, and because this is a wood that I didn't trade, this is the third piece I do with it. I'm not going to trade that. So what I did was two coats of sanding sealer, and then I apply carnauba wax. But as it's not completely dry yet, the finish didn't shine as it have to. But it's no big deal, because now it's gonna rest in the shelf for possibly 1 or 2 months, and then I will use the buffing system. In the other hand, this is a very stable wood that is not going to crack, and it's not going to move, so I'm not really afraid about that. Or at least this is what my friends, turners, told me about it. So let's go and do a hollow vessel in Norfolk Island Pine.
Well, we are going to begin getting out of the bark. It's not difficult. You can use any tool that you have on hand. So after that, we have to decide or to figure out which direction have the branches, which is the most important part, because it's going to absolutely condition the form or the shape of our piece. Once you mark the centers, you can mount it in between centers and rough turn a cylinder, paying much attention to the branches. Please wear your face shield, and then go easy on the branches side to avoid any vibration. You don't want to make the branches have cracks in between the branch and the log. So I suppose that the best way is go nice and easy. Once you have a cylinder, you have to determine your tenon for the chuck you are going to use. So get the size, and then shape a little bit of dovetail to have a better hold, and then you can begin to establish your rough shape. Right? In this case, because of this wood, you are going to have to take care of the branches itself. Is the most important part of the piece, in this piece at least. So there is gonna be a process. It's a little bit slow because of, as I said, we have to take care of the branches. So go nice and easy. Now we begin to see where they are. And once we have it exposed, we can establish the final or close to final shape of the bottom, of the top of the vessel. And then we can remove the rest of the wood that we are not going to use. When this is done, I'm gonna cut it. I don't want to be aggressive, so I'm gonna use a saw. Okay, now I can mount the chuck, and I'm gonna mount the screws to firmly hold it in place because I'm gonna hollow in reverse. Now when you mount it, usually there is a little bit out of balance, so you have to correct it again because it's a little bit vibration that you don't want. So now here is back to balance, and then I try to hollow with a bit, but when you use a low quality bit, the vibration is horrible. So this bit ends on the trash, and I'm going to do the hollowing in the classic way, beginning with a ball gouge, and then I'm going to use a D-way hollowing system that makes me change the position of the tool rest, but it's no big deal. So now I'm hollowing with it. I'm beginning the hollow with it, but I will have to establish the dip. So as I didn't use a drill bit for that, this hollowing tool is not the best. So I'm gonna use a straight tool with a carbide cutter. In this point, I add a little bit of CA glue to the branches. There wasn't any crack, but just in case. It will help, I hope. And here with the straight tool, I can hollow until the final depth, which is what I'm looking right now. And you have to use your air compressor to get the chips and shavings out to don't interfere with your tool. So you have to do it often, right? Once I have the depth, I can go back to the hollowing tool. Now I will adjust. The spring of this tool is your thickness gauge, so it will help a lot, and it will allow you to have a uniform wall thickness. So you have to take care of it. When the spring is no longer touching the side of the vessel, it means that the gap that you left in between the cutter and the spring is you are already have it. So now it's time to refine the entrance, because I'm gonna work on the rest of the vessel, and it's gonna be weaker. So it's the moment now. It's just a matter of keep hollowing until you have the desired thickness. Anyway, it's a good idea to use another set of calipers to be, to double check your thickness, because it's crucial at this point. once you have the depth and the thickness you want. I left the bottom a little bit thicker because the shape is not finished, but it's a good moment to do all the sanding. As you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we make sanding balls with this Scotch Brite abrasive, so they did a perfect job in here. And of course, if you don't have a quite good dust collection system, where a dust mask is going to be helpful. Now, after sanding the inside, we have to establish the final shape, and this is why it's useful to leave the bottom a little bit thicker. Okay, when you are happy with it, it's a matter of checking again the thickness and the depth and sanding. More sand. And when you finish, you can apply, as I did, 2 coats of sanding sealer, sanding in between them, and then we're going to apply some wax cream. It's Carnauba wax cream. It's just a tray that I'm giving to this one. Let's see how it works. In this piece it's not going to shine a lot because it has a lot of moisture still, but as it's a very stable wood, it's going to be on the shelf for a while, and then it's going to be just a matter of polish. So it's working good. So now the only thing we have left is cut it off. Be careful with that, very patient and slowly and easy. That's it. Carefully cut, and the rest is just a matter of get the small nib that you have on the bottom, sand a little bit, sign it, and finish it, and you are good to go. Okay, so, and here's the final piece, a real beautiful wood, and I hope you will like it. Well, as always, if you have any doubts or comments, just leave it below. If you didn't, please subscribe, and if you want to help the channel, you can support it becoming a Patreon. I'll see you next week with another project. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.